This was the beginning of the end for the Bangsamoro Basic Law, which would have been the basis for greater Muslim autonomy in the southern Philippines. 44 police commandos killed in what was called an unintentional clash with rebel fighters. It was the largest casualty of government troops in recent years. Both sides violated a ceasefire.
I find difficulty in understanding how this peace process will be saved.
There was much support for the peace deal between the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, when it was signed 2 years ago after over a decade of negotiations and years of fighting. But the killing of the 44 police commandos ended what was already a fragile trust between the two sides and exposed deep-seated prejudices within the country's Christian majority and Muslim minority.
The cultural divisions combined with political differences in the proposed bill stalled in Congress. It was at turns debated, diluted, and then in a sense, dismissed.
Many Filipinos say this reflects the erosion of the political capital with which Benigno Aquino began his presidency 6 years ago. The popular leader was strongly criticized for mishandling the police operation.
A lot of people in Congress only work on the basis of incentives that directly benefit them. That's the name of the game. And we all know that. But if you are trying to reform that kind of system, then you can see how Congress will not be able to catch up with a broader vision for achieving national unity and reconciliation in the country.
President Aquino's term ends in June, and there are fears over what could happen should his successor not fulfill the autonomy promised in the signed peace deal.
You have tremendous amount of frustration and room for radicalization and extremism. If there's a splintering or fragmentation with the MILF, if some of these groups actually shift their alliance to the more radical ISIS sympathizers group, it's anyone's guess what's going to come next.
It'll be at least 6 months before a new government can restart the legislative process on Muslim autonomy. Until then, negotiators on both sides are doing what they can to make sure that at least the peace agreement remains intact. Marga Ortigas, Al Jazeera, Manila.